Well, here we go. I'm experimenting cooking quinoa. I always thought this was pronounced quinoa until somebody was talking about quinoa, and I said, well, how do you spell quinoa? And then I looked it up and I found it was spelled quinoa. I said, well, shoot, I've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time. Of course, I didn't really talk about it with anybody, so it wasn't really that embarrassing or anything, because I didn't really know what it was until maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And I've eaten it before, but I've never actually cooked it. So it says you put half a cup of the quinoa and then a cup of water, and then you bring it to a boil. All right, I guess we just let it sit and we wait for it to boil. I did rinse the quinoa. I rinsed half a cup of quinoa, then I put it in this pot, then I added a cup of water. And it just says to let it sit and wait until you hear it boiling. So I guess I'll just let it sit. It looks kind of strange because if you can see, the quinoa kind of sunk to the bottom, but I guess once it heats up it'll start boiling and maybe that water will be absorbed. We also have some noodles on the stove, and we'll probably mix in some broccoli as well. I don't know if Kelsey will want any of this, but I'll probably mix in some broccoli with mine and probably some cheese. I did that yesterday, broccoli and cheese. That's pretty good if you want to eat your vegetables and enjoy it too. That's a good way. But I don't know if Kelsey will want to mix them with her noodles. She might not even want any noodles. I don't know. She's not home yet. She mentioned something about making pasta, so I figured I'd go ahead and make some spaghetti. And we were talking about when to fix this quinoa, so I figured I'd go ahead and fix me a little bit. And as much of a picky eater as she is, I don't know if she'll eat any of this or not. But I figured, I don't know if she'll eat any quinoa anyway, so I'll just go ahead and fix it for myself, and if she wants any, she can have some, and if she doesn't have to eat any. Well, as I said earlier, Kelsey might have changed her mind by the time she got home, although she might have already had beef on the mind, but she started making some meat. Wait, is this beef?
Yeah,
okay.
It's ground beef.
Oh yeah, it's ground beef. Okay, I thought so. But she started cooking that. And spaghetti looks pretty done now. Now we're just waiting on the quinoa. Well, I'm waiting on the quinoa. I don't think Kelsey wants any of it. But it's supposed to simmer for 15 minutes, and then you remove the heat. It's on low heat right now. And once it gets 15 minutes or so, then I'll remove the heat altogether. And it should be another 5 minutes after the heat comes off. It should be done. That's what the quinoa looks like when it's done. Pretty fluffy. Kelsey mixed the beef with the spaghetti, and now we just gotta mix the broccoli in. Yeah. Although I don't know if Kelsey will be doing any of that. I think I'll just mix some broccoli with my plate.